Hi folks, I'm here today to demonstrate how to use the online homework system for the Generalized Linear Models class. If you are following along from the other Advanced Longitudinal class, then you would start from that course webpage instead, but otherwise the procedure will be the same. So I just updated the link to the online homework system, which is right here on the course webpage. Once you click that link, you will pull up a second page that looks like this. So I'm using an Edge browser, but I also have Chrome. The homework system should work regardless of which browser you choose. And so the first thing that it's asking you to do is to log in. So you want to enter the last name as it is encoded into Maui. So that means that if you have two last names with a space, or if you have a last name with a hyphen, please type it as such. I'm going to use a dummy login that I use for testing purposes, and so my last name is going to be 1, and my 8-digit Iowa ID, which you would enter your actual ID number, I'm going to use my dummy one instead. Okay. There, after you log in, you should see a landing page that lets you know what's available and your current point totals. So throughout the semester, there will be more links posted as new homeworks become available. All the previous homeworks will remain available to you as well. And as you can see, we have a tally of 0 homework points at this point, quiz points with respect to the formative assessments, and bonus points. So I am going to click on this link that says begin or continue. And here is homework 0. So you can earn 2 points of extra credit for completing this homework. Its purpose is to go over the syllabus, so this won't take us very long. It helps me to make sure that everybody can use the system as well. So if there are any individual data files to be downloaded, they will be listed first here, as well as the number of points and the due date for the assignment. There are 2 types of questions. So the first type is computational. You will have the level of precision to answer these questions given to you as part of the assignment instructions, as well as instructions on what you're supposed to do with respect to what the variables are, how they should be coded, and so forth. So given that this homework is regarding the course syllabus, we don't have any of that today, but I can help you answer the questions. So, how many regular homeworks are currently planned for this semester? Our course, I know, has 6. But I'm going to enter an incorrect answer just to show you what happens. So I'm entering in 5, and then I am hitting the enter key. And as you can see, the box around it turns red, letting you know that you have an incorrect answer. You can try again. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 6, hit enter, and it turns green. Once it's green, you can't change it anymore, and it stays green even if you log out of the homework and come back to finish it later. How many points total are these homework assignments? I believe in this class they're going to be 88. How many points will you lose if you complete it even 1 minute late? 2 points per homework. And how many points of extra credit is this homework worth? 2 as well. So you basically get a free late homework for going through this testing process with me. So I'm going to hit enter, and it will check all of my answers at the same time. So far, so good. After each computational section, so each section usually corresponds to a particular model or set of instructions, you would then complete a results set of questions that focus on interpretation. So these are paragraph completion, or what I would call Mad Libs format, if you remember what those are. So this is about office hours. So my office on campus is located. This is a tricky one given our building, but I am technically in the south side, even though my office is in the Bridge, which is just a couple doors down from the main office of PSQF. My office hours, however, are not going to be held in my office most of the time. They are going to be held on Zoom, which will be from my basement on Mondays and Wednesdays. My office hours are going to be held, as you can tell, the only plausible answer here is going to be Mondays and Wednesdays from 12 to 1:30. And if no one is at office hours, what will I do? I promise you that I will stay logged in even if no one is there, but I will find some things to keep myself busy. So I'm going to select answer 2 and 3 with this. So the second option and the third option. So these answers, you can make sure that they're saved by scrolling to the bottom, and there's a box that says check and save your answers. And if you log out of the homework and come back to it later, the last choices that you selected will remain active. interactive, so you don't have to redo your work. If we continue to the next section here, we're going to be entering some more numbers. How many formative assessments are currently planned for this semester? I believe there will be 6 of those as well. How many points are they worth? The answer is 12. And how many regular class periods are we not scheduled to meet at all? The answer is 0. I'm not planning on being away for anything, so we get to use all of our class periods. So I'm going to hit enter and scroll down and make sure, yes, indeed, those are all green. So at this point, the bottom instruction of the homework is going to let you know that all computation questions are correct. The other questions, then, we need to make sure that we complete those and then submit the homework. So the last questions, then, another format rather than the paragraph completion style, you may have to answer just multiple choice questions in a traditional format like this. So I'm going to answer the questions with you regarding software first. So this class is going to use Stata. So note, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier, each of the questions has a number. And so in the paragraph completion questions, the question number is right before the box. That way, if you send me an email and say I have a question about number 8, I'll know exactly what you're talking about. The ordering of the numbers is all the computational questions first, followed by all the result style questions. And so this is why we have 8 as the first question here, because there's 7 computational questions in total. So 8 through 11 were in this section, now we pick up with 12. This class will use Stata software, which is currently available for free anywhere using the virtual desktop. So you can install it on your computer if you purchase your own license. That is an option, but you do not need to do so given that the virtual desktop is available from off-campus as well as on-campus. Question 13. The class will use R software, which is available on the virtual desktop, and you can install it onto your own machines. So the answer then is both 1 and 3. This class will use M+ software, which is currently available for free, only on the UIowa virtual desktop, which is available on and off campus. If you want to have M+ on your own personal device, you would have to purchase a student license, which is quite expensive, so I would not recommend that, unless you have money to spend. So I'm going to answer there using the virtual desktop. And then last but not least, an evaluation of this likely semester ahead of you. This class will be super easy, maybe. A nightmare, definitely not. Or challenging, but in a good way. That is my intent, so that is the correct answer. So I'm going to go down here and click Check and Save Answers, and the page reloads. Now at this point you might think, okay, I answered everything, am I done? The answer is no. I want to make sure that you understand that you are submitting final answers and do not do so by mistake. So that's why this box here that says Submit Final Answers, once you hit that box, you can scroll through your homework and you'll see that all of the choices for the menus have gone away, but the answers that you selected are in black text. So this way you can read through what you have here, make sure it sounds right without the distraction of the boxes. Once you are satisfied that you have answered everything correctly here, then you have to re-enter your 8-digit ID to confirm that you are ready to submit your assignment. If instead you realize that you made a mistake or you want to change something, you can say go back and change something, and then the boxes become active again with respect to being able to change your answers. So, submit answers, look it through everything, make sure you're good with it. Then we're going to enter the ID number again. So this is your Iowa 8-digit ID that you entered to get into this homework system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I hit submit, and at the bottom of the screen you should see this message letting you know that the answers have been submitted and when you can log in to see your scores. So after the due date has passed, the next day you will be able to log back in and see how you did. So if I go to the main page here, because the homework is not due until next week, when I click View Submitted Answers, I can see that I got the computation questions correct, but I cannot see the rest of my answers. So I don't get the feedback until after the due date has passed. So to show you what that will look like, I went ahead and did this homework under a different ID in a different browser here. So this is what it will look like after the homework due date has passed when you log back in to see your answers. So in this example, I deliberately got an incorrect answer for the first question, so you could see that it will retain whatever your last entered answer was, but it will also tell you what it should have been. That way you can work backwards and hopefully figure out where you may have gone wrong. Similarly, any incorrect answers in the results questions or the drop-down multiple choice are going to be indicated with red font, followed by what the answer should have been in green, again, so that you can work backwards and see your mistakes. Same will be true for these multiple choice questions as well. So one thing that you should know about the answers to these questions with respect to the results is that all of them are going to be tied to your specific data set. That means the correct answer depends on what you found in your analysis, not necessarily what any other student may have found. So everything is tied together with respect to your specific data set that you're analyzing. So everyone has a unique set of answers with respect to the numbers here, and those numbers then are tied to the answers that are correct down here. Typically, I do not go over homework in class. That is not because I don't want to, but more often because not everyone has finished it and I don't want to give away any of the surprise. So if you do not finish your homework on time, you do lose 2 points, but it's not 2 points per day, it's just 2 points, period. So you are able to submit late work throughout the semester until the end of finals week, as it is noted in the syllabus. So that's all I have to show you today. I hope that you enjoy doing homework and that it can build your confidence in mastering these models. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the other side.